All right, today's episode is a mini-sode. So a mini episode, a brief dive into one of the most misunderstood tools in personal finance, which is the emergency fund. But today, I'm not talking about the basic version of the emergency fund. I am talking about a more sophisticated, strategic version designed for anyone whose income is on the rise. So it's a mini-sode because I just want you to take a mini mindset shift to the emergency fund. So let's get into it. Welcome to Master Your Money and Mindset, the podcast where financial success meets personal growth. I'm your host, Elizabeth Hiza, Chief Marketing Officer at Barnum Financial Group. And as always, I want to thank you for being here. If you are here, it's because you know success is about more than just income. It's about clarity, control, and confidence. Now, I'm not talking about the basic version of the emergency fund with the standard definition of a place where 3 to 6 months of income could live in case of emergencies. I am talking about a more sophisticated, strategic emergency fund that is designed as your income increases. So it's designed for the high income earner, whatever that definition means to you, as you progress through your career. So designed for the executive, the entrepreneur, anyone whose income is starting to increase. You need to take a look at your emergency fund and use it for different reasons. So anyone whose income is growing or in a growth path, this episode is for you. So let's get into it. If your income is in the 6 figures or more annually or close to that, chances are you've checked a lot of really great boxes. Chances are you're on the right path of maxing out any retirement funds. You're maybe dabbling into some investments. Maybe even you're thinking about alternative investments of like real estate and things like that. So that's really wonderful. But there's a silent vulnerability in many high earners' financial plans, and that is liquidity. So in today's economic climate where layoffs hit at every level, including the executive level, where maybe bonuses that you typically can count on are less than predictable and market shifts are rapid, you don't just need a plan for your future, you also need funds to access now. So you need capital that's ready the moment life pivots. It's not going to help you to have money locked up in retirement plans or in accounts where you have limited access to them. Now, don't get me wrong. Those accounts are extremely important and they serve a purpose. But it's a very different purpose than what your emergency fund should cover. So let's redefine the type of emergency fund that we're talking about today. So like I said, typically we want an emergency fund that will give you 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So if God forbid something happens, you're covered. That is designed for simplicity to make sure that your life isn't in an upheaval if the unexpected happens, but it's not designed for sophistication. So as our Master Your Money and Mindset listeners, the new model that I want you to think about is in 3 tiers. Now, start wherever you are in your own world with your own income, with your own expenses, with your own plan. Okay, so tier 1 is you have immediate liquidity. So you have 6 months of fixed essential expenses in a high yield savings account. So your mortgage, insurance, or tuition is covered. God forbid something happens. That's the basic. But then your next goal should be tier 2, which is an account for strategic flexibility. So I want you to focus on building another 6 to 12 months of income in a liquid, low volatile investment. So money markets, short-term bonds, things like that. And then tier 3 is what we're really talking about today, which is this optional capital. So this is, what your escape hatch or your freedom fund. This tier is going to give you enough to take a career break if you feel like you need it. It's enough to maybe walk away from a toxic role or a toxic company. It's enough to seed a business adventure or a business opportunity. This is the account that that will give you real freedom. This is the account where you will be able to take advantage of opportunities as they arise for you. This is not dead or wasted money. It's a launching pad for your future. Okay. So again, we've just created tiers to an existing emergency fund. So number one, immediate liquidity, get your 6 months of fixed expenses covered. Tier 2, another 6 to 12 months in a low volatility or in a liquid account of some sort. And then tier 3 is being able to build your freedom fund for when you need it. Now, I hear this a lot all the time, that's a lot of money to be sitting around doing nothing. But this is where that mind shift comes into play. Your emergency fund isn't designed to grow. It's designed to protect. So like different accounts, like your retirement accounts or maybe other strategic investments we want to grow. That's not what this is right now. It's about giving you access to something. So when the market drops or when a comp structure changes or when an opportunity arises or when you have a job loss, that liquidity is going to provide you the leverage that you're going to need to either survive or take advantage of something really wonderful. So if you're listening to this, I want you to think about 3 questions. Number 1, could you sustain your current lifestyle for 6 to 12 months without new income? So if you, like many people in this world, are reevaluating values, reevaluating how you want to spend your time, how you want to spend your days, and you decide that what you're doing currently isn't for you, part of that decision is going to be how are you going to sustain your lifestyle financially? So the question is, could you do that for 6 to 12 months without new income? Question 2, if something were to happen, do you know within a 24-hour period how much liquid capital you can access? Do you know what funds you could pull money out of without penalty? Do you know all the different accounts where you maybe do have funds? Do you know the fee structure for those accounts? So if God forbid something happened and you needed to access funds, do you know where and how much money you would have access to? That's a really important one. And then number 3, does your current emergency fund, no matter how big or how small it is, does that fund give you freedom or just a sense of security? Both of those things are important, right? The emergency fund is set up to give us that security if God forbid something happens. But security and freedom are 2 very, very different things. As always, as I say on this show, as always, your emergency fund is part of your total financial plan. You should be talking to your advisor about what these different tiers look like for you as part of your current financial or your current retirement plans. Now, if this is something that you haven't really spoken to your advisor about, bring it up and see what they have to say. But you should always consult a financial professional before opening up new accounts or moving money from one place to another. But your emergency fund does not have to be a symbol of fear or a basis of fear. It is also a symbol and a signal of power because it's a mindset of readiness, that you are ready for any unfortunate things that may come your way, but also you are ready for wonderful opportunities that can come your way. You can look at life with your glass half full because opportunities that come across to you, you have the opportunity to say yes or no to them because of this freedom fund. The answer will no longer be an automatic no because you don't have access to funds to cover the cost of something. And there's real true power in freedom. We all know that. So this is a mindset of being ready, of being unshakable in the face of any type of uncertainty, which is truly how you build resistance. But again, as always, talk to your financial advisor. So my friends, that is it for today's episode. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share with someone who might benefit from this mindset shift around emergency funds. But until next time, stay smart with your money and strong with your mindset. Thank you for listening to Master Your Money and Mindset. You can find these episodes on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you heard. You can follow Barnum Financial Group on LinkedIn and Instagram. Thanks so much.
All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions their respective parent companies or affiliates or the companies with which the program participants are affiliated. Investments or strategies mentioned in this program may not be suitable for you, and you should make your own independent decision regarding them. This material does not take into account your particular investment objectives, financial situation, or needs, and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for you. You should strongly consider seeking advice from your own investment advisor. Securities and investment advisory services offered through qualified registered representatives of MML Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC, 6 Corporate Drive, Shelton, Connecticut, 06484, telephone number 203-513-6000.